Jungle Doctor's Rhino Rumblings. Chapter 2. Anger Runs Wild. "I was sitting under a palm tree," said Dan, "and wham! Down came a coconut, and did it give me a headache." Dowdy smiled. "It's a pity you didn't remember the saying that unpleasant surprises are in store for those who sit under trees. However, cheer up. Your headache was not nearly as bad as the ones Rhino kept on making for himself in the jungle whenever he let his anger boil over." "Why shouldn't Rhino be angry if he felt like it?" demanded Cully. Dowdy smiled. "Anyone can do what he likes. This is called free will, but it's useful to know what will happen. You have seen that there is small comfort and no joy in following Rhino wisdom." "You should have seen old Spiky Nose," giggled Toto the monkey. His friends crowded closer. "He thought a big grey rock in the middle of the path was the going away end of elephant." Toto swung by his tail and used all his legs to show exactly what happened. He put his head down, ran as fast as his stumpy little legs would go, and wham! Tweeger's head suddenly appeared among them. "Oh, small monkey," he said. "He's done that sort of thing before. It's well-known wisdom of rhinos. Quietly now. He's not very happy today." "Happy?" chuckled Toto. "Old Spiky Nose happy? Why, he's only a big lump of bad temper inside the thickest hide in the jungle." Rhino limped into view. His neck creaked. There was a nagging pain that started between his ears and grew steadily worse when it reached the broken tip of his horn. "He's been knocked about," whispered Toto in Tweeger's ear. "You're right," agreed Giraffe, "but his pride has been hurt even more than his nose." Hippo blinked up at the Rhino from the shelter of the lily pond. Rhinoceros? I was sorry to hear of your, accident with the big rock." Rhino snorted so loudly that pain stabbed him between his eyes. Joe, though, the mongoose, ran up the side of the great anthill. "Did you really think it was elephant?" Rhinoceros breathed in and out ferociously, but said nothing. Stripey the zebra's lips twitched. Mongoose put his head on one side. "Does your nose feel better today?" Stripey smiled a wide zebra smile. At once, two red eyes were fixed on him, and a rough voice roared, "Show your ugly teeth at me, eh? Sneer at my horn, huh?" Tweeger bent down and whispered, "Let's move out of the way. When Rhino is angry like this, creatures are hurt." Stripey was prancing about on his back heels in a way that made Rhino feel dizzy. "Stop squirming, will you?" he rumbled. Zebra kicked at his heels. Anger poured into Rhino's brain, and he made noises like thunder. With a snort, he charged. Stripey, however, was at full gallop. At first he was well ahead, but gradually the ferocious breathing of the great animal drew nearer. Stripey was running in a wide circle. He could almost feel Rhino's horn brushing his tail. They were coming closer and closer to Jojo's anthill. Rhino's head was down. Through his mind boiled the thoughts, "I'll hit him, I'll crack him, I'll crush him." He snorted and ran even faster. Zebra swerved to one side. Whang! "He's done it again," grasped Dick. Tweeger nodded. Those of his sort do not learn by experience. The stars Rhino had seen yesterday were larger than the ones he saw now, but this time the pain was terrible. There was mud in his mouth, mud in his nose, and mud in his eyes. With a horrid groan, he dragged his horn out of the hard red earth of the anthill. Through the dust haze came Hippo's earnest voice. Doesn't your bad temper get you into trouble?" Rhino stamped his feet, ground his teeth. Jojo looked at him inquiringly. "Do you like doing that to your nose?" Zebra laughed. "I'll rip your stripes into strips," thundered Rhino, but already Stripey was on the move. "He's awfully fierce," said Dick, "but the one he hurts most is himself." "Did Rhino make the big hole in the bayou tree?" asked Jojo. Tweeger nodded. As usual, he went the way of Rhino wisdom. He charged Goon the balloon. Truly there is much useless anger in Rhino. They turned to watch the cloud of dust that raced across the plains. In the middle of it, they saw Rhino gaining steadily on Zebra. Rhino's small eyes blinked in the red dust. "I'll teach you. It's downhill now. I've got him." Now he could see 4 galloping hooves, then the stripes on Zebra's legs. He made a special of it, and then, almost in his mouth, was the black and white tail. "I've got him! I've got him! I've got him!" gloated a voice from deep inside his thick head. Every bit of rhinoceros energy went into his mighty muscles. "It won't be long now," he snorted. It wasn't. As they passed the anthill, Zebra swerved again to one side. Rhino was going too fast to stop. He skidded through some of the spikiest cactus, tripped, rolled over and over, hurtled over a bank, somersaulted through the air, and landed on Hippo. Boo-hoo limped out of the water and inspected a large, painful bruise on his hippo hip. As the mud slowly drained out of Rhino's ears, he heard a slow, sad voice saying, "Rather a rough and undignified way to arrive, don't you think, Rhinoceros?" Rhino lurched out of the pond and, turning his back on Hippo, stumbled painfully away through the tall grass. Boo-hoo blew a long lungful of warm air over his bruised back and said, "There is more anger in Rhino's head than there is wisdom. That's the sort of anger that does nobody any good, especially yourself."